Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Power Yoga. Child's pose. I was going to do something a little different today, but we're going to stay really simple and set here. Tips of the big toes together. Every time I think I have a class plan, it goes a completely different direction. This is a really big multi-level class. That's what a simple set class is for. Tips of the big toes together. Separate your knees. So if it's new to you, let's take that off your wrist right now. Let's take that off your wrist. Take that off. Off, because you're going to be doing that through the whole class, and it's going to drive me nuts, and you're not going to, and you have blocks in my room. Have we met before? I'm Gary. Nice to meet you. Child's pose. Getting child's pose. You don't need any of those props here. Tips of the big toes together, separate. So I'd like you to settle into your yoga practice right now, just by settling into child's pose. No expectation of anything else you're going to do. Get present right here, right now. Get some benefit out of Balasana. Yin yoga, right? Get nice and restorative in Balasana. You can walk your hands out further in front of you. You can get a lot more benefit out of this. Walk your hands out. Let me see the quality of your down dog and your child's pose. This is a breath exercise. It really becomes a yoga practice when it becomes a breath exercise. It is that simple. Take a long, slow, huge inhale through the nose. Make the lungs as big and uncomfortably full as you can hold them. Everybody, big, full lungs, please. Exhale into your yoga practice. Get soft and heavy, hips to the heels, like I'm gently pressing your hips down and pulling you back, and that should feel really good, just settling into the here and now. We cultivate an awareness of breath. We create an innocent awareness of breath. There's an intent to it. And the ideal is eventually that's all you're doing is practicing your best postures, keeping your eyes on your drishti, and breathing, aware of breath and control of breath. Not resistant to using resting postures. That's a really big deal around here. I do want you to squeeze all the juice out of the orange, work as hard as you can, but as soon as you start to force or struggle, we're going in the wrong direction. We're taking ourselves away from benefit as far as our yoga benefit. It's not CrossFit. You're not here for that reason. So everybody, one more time, take a long, slow, huge inhale through the nose. Make the lungs as big and uncomfortably full as you can hold them. And exhale into your yoga practice. Keep your awareness on the breath. Keep your eyes on your drishti. Move and breathe together. The flow should happen naturally, like we're going for a walk together, hiking a mountain together. Come to a hands and knees position. Please look into the front mirror. If you can see yourself, find a third eye drishti. This is a deep room. If you can't see yourself, get a drishti on someone's costume. Exhale, round your back and look into your navel. And that's all you've been instructed to do is just round your back with your eyes open. Exhale all the air from the body and look into your navel. This should be a little uncomfortable. Slowly inhale. Take a 6-second inhale, opening the chest, pushing the buttocks up in the air, coordinating the breath and the movement. So all you've been instructed to do is just inhale and look up. So listen to the dialogue, folks. Some of you aren't listening to me. Just inhale, open your chest, big full lungs, make it a little uncomfortable, and slowly exhale. Long, slow, 6-second exhale. So all you're doing is exhaling. You're not thinking about anything else you're going to do. You're exhaling all the breath from the body. You're going down that little gap at the bottom. You're rounding your back. You're squeezing your abs. And slowly inhale. Listen to my dialogue, please. Hear with the ears and do with the body. And they do not come here for my charming personality. Open up the chest, push the buttocks up. Slowly exhale. Beautiful. There we go. There we go. The whole class is this simple. There's nothing more important really than we're doing than settling in. Inhale. Everybody should be inhaled, open up, looking up right now. Everybody's chest should be open to the front mirror, looking up with a big full lung of breath. Exhale, lungs. Slowly exhale. So I've got to get you all on the same page here, folks. Some of you aren't listening to my dialogue. Exhale, round your back and look into your navel. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Inhale, opening the chest, coordinating the breath and the movement with the eyes open. And all I'm telling you to do is hold big, full lungs here. So you're looking up. It's a back bend. I want you to feel a back bend, a cobra spine with the buttock and chest open. And exhale. Inhale, open the chest, push the buttocks up in the air. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time stay there at the gap at the bottom of the exhale, round your back, make it uncomfortable, but I'd actually like you to be indifferent, not uncomfortable. Be indifferent. And let the breath return to normal. Look into the front mirror. Third eye drishti. If you can see yourself, if you can't see yourself, again, get get somebody's costume and bring your right arm forward, left leg back. It is important you have a drishti right now. And that's probably all we're going to do today is just reach forward and back. But I do want to warm your core up. So I've got to get you right with me every moment you're listening to the dialogue. You're hearing with the ears, doing it with the body. Eventually, I want you to be fully engaged in activity or doing nothing at all. You're just hearing with the ears and doing with the body. The asana section is very standardized and mechanical. This is beautiful, by the way. So strong and lifted, long and strong. And then inhale up, look up, lift up. Aaron, you're not anywhere near done. And then keep working that hard end feel here. Just work your hard end feel. So that's where your work is today. Find that hard end feel, hard stop, and then work it. Look up, Andy, look up, look up, look up. Hands and knees, looking in the front mirror, not at the floor. Same on the other side. Left arm forward, right leg back. And that's all we're doing today. We're just starting to get your core a little bit active here. So what I want you to feel right now or to find right now is this long, strong feeling. You're lifted, you're locked out, you're aligned, reaching forward, so you're really using core strength to get that flat feeling through the back. This is looking really good, everybody. And then just settle into breath, just like we did the child's pose. There's no difference here. We're just settling into breath, but in big muscle groups active. And look up, inhale up, find that hard end feel, and then work it. And being repetitive, that's going to be consistent in your class today. I want you to find that hard end feel and then work that hard end feel. So not in and out of posture. Inhale up, find that hard end feel. It's like you're lifting weights. Lift all the way up into the hard end feel here. And hands and knees looking forward, not on the floor. Please tuck the toes and press back to downward facing dog. I am just guessing everybody's done down dog before, but I could be completely wrong. I've got lots of you guys wearing watches in my room today. I'm not going to yell at you today. So no watches, no computers, no Fitbits, anything like that in the room, folks. Stretch your mat long. And pivot to a plank. A high push-up position. Hands under the shoulders, nice strong through core. Andrew, I've got to get you in cleaner transitions. Left hand to center, left knee on the ground. Look at the tip of the right thumb and rotate up. You're at the ashram now. It's different around here. I don't know what you're used to, but you're in the front row at the ashram. Look up at the tip of the thumb. Lift through your right middle rib cage, high on the wall. There is no time intentionally for that thought process. I don't want you to have any time to start to talk to yourself about anything. That's why we're moving with the flow. That's why your awareness is on the breath. That's why your eyes are on the drishti. You're occupied. At least your left side of your brain is occupied. And advance the posture. That is my goal. I want to occupy the left side of your brain as you're practicing asana, getting yourself in good physical condition. The physical condition is icing on the cake. It's just icing on the cake. Lift up. You're here for the I am that is practicing the yoga. Be aware of your yoga practice. Be aware of your breath. Be right here, right now. Flatten your back. Draw your abs and middle ribs in. Yeah, this is a tough hold. Bring the foot down and hand up. Look up to the tip of the thumb. This is a tough hold for everybody. Lift high on your water. Don't be impatient for release. So 3/4 of the class is waiting for release right now. I want you in posture, lifting high on the wall, looking at the tip of the thumb, strong in your posture. Sean's present. And rotate to a plank. Look in the front mirror. You got a big back bend there. Right hand to center, right knee on the ground under the hip. Look at the tip of the left thumb and rotate the left hand up. I don't want you to be in a hurry. Nope, you got to get your foot under your leg there. I don't want you to be in a hurry, but I want nice, clean transitions. Are you from New Jersey? Did I hear a little New Jersey or something in there? No? Okay, I didn't think so. I was going to be really surprised. I heard something in there. I didn't know what it was. Lift through the left middle rib cage. I was going to be a little surprised. And advance the posture. Fall back if you fall. And for a lot of you, you're just getting acquainted with your yoga practice here, folks. Enjoy the journey. Make a new friend. This is a lifetime. There's no finish line to this work, guys. Lift up, lift up, lift up high on the wall. Mike's been with me for 20-some years, 2, 3, 4. Bring the foot down and hand up. Mike really knows what he's doing, too. Look at the tip of the thumb, flat back, everybody. So here's where I want you to get active. Much better as soon as I said something. Lift onto the wall, high on the wall. This is really more of a martial arts, really, philosophy around here than yoga. We want to be really nice and strong and active. It's a very athletic power yoga. Flatten your back, draw your middle ribs in. And rotate to a plank. Look into the front mirror. Engage your core first. And press back to down dog. This is going to be really simple stuff today, guys. Stretch your mat long and walk it out. If you're worried you're not going to get a workout because I said that, don't. Stretch your mat long as you gaze between the toes. The simple class is always going to be challenging. Come on to the tips of the big toes. like I'm taking you from your hips and pulling you back. I got to get you out of your shoulders. So some of you are letting the upper back round and the weight come forward. I want this nice, you're not. I want this nice extension. So it's always like you're stretching your mat long. This looks good, Aaron. And we always want that nice hand lock, folks. Reach your heels back down. Left foot to center. Lock the right leg out and reach back through the ball of the right foot. This is called an integration series. So we're all just kind of settling into our yoga mode. Stretch back, reach back. Because we have so many people, we really oversold the room a little bit here today. I don't have a lot of room to walk around back here, but I am watching my whole room, folks. So really stretch back. Those of you in the back of the room, I just can't really, it's awkward for me to get back to you. Return the right foot to the left, lock the left leg out, and reach back through the ball of the left foot. Stretch back, reach back. But I'll find a way, because there's some of you I want to pick on back here, like you. Rotate your hip down, this way, like the foot's going to be flat. Stretch back. And pull back and stretch back. And step up to the top of the mat. That's perfect. One big step or several small ones. I don't care. Come to the top of the mat. Hold your opposite elbows. Hang in a ragdoll pose. So if I'm ever telling you to lift the leg without lifting the hip, there's a trick to it. The trick is to keep the foot flat to the ceiling. At least that's my trick, and it works. And really lift it. So relax. Soften your knees and just relax all this muscle through here, Mike. You got to let this all be soft. You look like you need a massage really badly. Elbows are heavy. Have you been lifting weights? Oh, I see it. That's what it is. You got to be careful with that right now with your recovery. So I do want your feet to be hip width here. The reason for that is two reasons, really. I want to give your sacrum a little bit of space, and I don't want you to have to use stabilizer muscles to balance. I want you just to really be able to release and relax. I'm going to miss you too. I really enjoy you guys both. Let the hands slip away from the elbows. Art school. I'm telling you. On an inhale, begin your process of rounding up slow enough that you can feel each and every vertebra stack on top of the last, but as efficiently, as effectively as you do it. Let your head hang heavy. Feel the weight of the head until the very last thing to come back up will be the gaze. Do not hurry. You should be at the top of the tower mat, please. I don't want you in the middle of the mat. Toes and heels together when you're all the way up. I don't want you to walk your hands up and down the mat. Once they come to the sides of the feet, that's where they stay in a nice hand lock. Here we go, folks. Aaron, what's the name of that posture? I'm pissed off. Here we go. Inhale the arms out, back and up over the head. Touch the palms. Look up, stretch up. What was that? And swan dive slowly, chin away from chest, flat back together to the floor. Move with my hand. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or jump back, eyes in the mirror. Try to move with my flow to a low push-up position, even if you're making a mistake. Come to low push-up. Up dog is your next posture. Aaron, you've got to listen to me and stay with me. Down dog, roll over the toes. Eyes on drishti, listen to my dialogue. That's your whole class. Eyes on drishti, listen to my dialogue. Inhale the left leg up. That was nice, Dustin. Lunge the excuse me. I know what you're doing here. Bring your left leg back down. Ace, that's got a dirty look. Soften the knees, coil of spring. Look out ahead of him. I'm off to the races today, too. Step, jump, or float. She looked at me like I lost my mind. Halfway lift. Inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deeper fold. A series. Inhale, come up. Just everybody inhale and come up. Just come right up, touch the palms, no rounding. And swan dive. Find the flow moving with your exhale together. There's no time to think about it. Halfway lift, look forward, flatten the back. Step or jump back. Eyes in the mirror. Your hands should be in contact with the floor the whole time to chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Look all the way back, pull forward. Downward facing dog. This is a Kriya class. So you're not going to poop out on me if you're doing that, are you, Sean? Okay. All right. I think I'm too nice to you. So whatever else is going on with your yoga practice, how's your down dog right now? You got two on. What's going on with that? I'm not going to let you do that today. Sean, that's a nice down dog, but open your hands up. So everybody, really spread your fingers as wide as you can. It's going to be really simple, straightforward stuff today, guys. These little things are a big deal. Spread your fingers open. Feel the weight distribute evenly through all the joints of your arms, through your back, through your shoulders. Another A series. Soften the knees. Look out ahead of you. Step or jump. Float if you can float. Halfway lift. Look forward. Halfway lift lengthens the spine, releases sacrum. Deeper to forward fold. Inhale, come up, flat back. Arms out, back, and up. Body follows the eyes here. And swan dive. Just try to make it a breath exercise. That's your yoga right now. Halfway lift. Where are your hands supposed to be? Step or jump back, lower slowly, smoothly, eyes in the mirror, Steve, chaturanga. There's no reason to look down. Up dog, inhale, pull forward. Down dog, exhale, roll over the toes. How you doing? If it's new to you, you just splash around a little bit. Stay in the room, sit down if you need to. But really, it starts just by staying in the room for some people. It did for me. That's where my hot yoga, I tried to crawl out of my first hot yoga class, literally crawl out of it. My 3'9" yoga teacher said, there's no crawling out of the room. So I crawled back to my mat. Soften the knees, coil a spring. Look out ahead of you, lying in dead pose. Step, jump, or float if you can float. Halfway lift, inhale. Look at Steve's hands. Exhale, deeper forward fold. Chair pose. Inhale, sit down into a chair. Bring a basketball overhead, push your butt back behind you. It's an awkward pose. Feels awkward. It's really called a fierce pose. Push your buttocks back. Utkatasana is what you're practicing right now. I teach this posture very traditional. Lift your chest way up. Back. Or are you just that tight? Are you that tight? Stretch up, look up. Are you what? This is just night. Nah, where's my girl? Look up, look up, look up, look up, look up. Smile. I love you so much, Allie. Look up, look up, look up, look up. And fold, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Step or jump back, lower slowly to chaturanga. Eyes should be in the mirror this whole time. Hold it. Stay there and breathe. Do the best you can. Hold with your abs, hold with your eyes. Your eyes should be off of the floor right now, looking forward. Up dog, inhale, pull forward. Downward facing dog, roll over the toes, press back. Stretch your mat long. Simple stuff, guys. Three-legged dog to warrior one. Inhale the right leg up. If it's new, remember this stuff. It's basic stuff. Lunge the right foot, drop the left heel, about 45 degrees in the back foot. Warrior one, arms out, back and up. Hips should be square to the mirror. If you know the class, I'd like you to learn to move with that inhale. There's plenty of time to do it. There's not a lot of time to process it or fidget or fuss. Right hip back, left hip forward. This is a traditional Ashtanga warrior one. I want you to look at the outside knuckle of the thumb. Look up as you draw your abs and middle ribs in. A tight grip is part of the posture. If you have shoulder and neck stuff going on, the hands could be shoulder width, spreading the fingers, wrapping your lats. The gaze could be forward, but those are modifications here. That's not the norm. The oldest traces of this posture we have, this is how they were doing it. You might not like me by the end of this training, but I'm going to really train you. You got to squeeze and get your palms tight from there. More. That's what I'm looking for from you right there. That's what it feels like to me when I do it. Warrior two, that's what it feels like to me. I got muscle in my arms too. Look forward in the front mirror. I've got to really squeeze it. But I'm used to doing it. I do it every day. Make it big every day. Right thigh parallel. Knee tracking over the toes. Squeeze it, guys. Squeeze the heels. Lock the back leg, and if it feels like it wants to be bigger, let it be bigger. Neither of you. Look at these nice, beautiful warrior twos. Turn your palms up, keep the squeeze, and reach forward over the right leg. Keep pulling back on the right heel. Stay in your breath. So breath is support. Big muscle groups are support, but breath is support. That was fun. Should we do something like that again today? And reverse the posture. Reach down the right side of the body. Allie was our first Go Yoga teacher ever. Wrap the lat around. Little things like that make a big difference. I can see it. And cartwheel to a plank. Lower slowly. Try to find the exhale. Don't hurry. Just find the exhale. Stay here. Up dog, inhale. There's plenty of time to do this. I don't ever want you to feel like you're in a hurry. Down dog, exhale. Bring your breath back to your nose. If you can't breathe through your nose, breathe through your eyelids like a lava lizard. Inhale the left leg up. Lunge the left foot. Drop the right heel. Warrior one. Arms out, back, and up. So this is a very Bikram-esque posture. I know some of you don't like the word Bikram out there, but hot yoga. Bikram brought it to the West. He didn't create Bikram, but he sure brought it to the West. That's not very good either. So Al, might not like me at all by then. You got to do it. If he's doing it, you got to do it. So I want you to lock it out and squeeze it with your head, and you can do it. It's just not easy to do. I just messed this up. Give it a good squeeze. Draw your abs and middle ribs in, and sit down into the hips. Palms are tight from the elbows. Lengthening the arms from the elbows is the key. Warrior two, exhale, straight arms over the legs. Bigger, Kristen. Left thigh parallel. That's it. That's it. Squeeze the heels bigger. So I want everybody to lock your back right leg all the way, all the way. Bikram Bandha like you have no knee. And if it feels like it wants to be a little bit bigger, let it be just a little bit bigger. You're wearing a watch in my room? My dad used to have a watch just like that he gave me. Like exactly. That's interesting. Sit back. Sit down into the posture. Come on into your front leg a little more. See how that wants to be bigger? You feel it? Let it be bigger. Turn your palms up and reach forward. That's all I wanted you to feel is that it wants to be bigger. It's different if you feel it. Pull back on the left heel. Keep the squeeze. Not anticipating anything. Breathing into a burn. Trying to create a burn with big active muscle groups. You turn your palm up, open the shoulder. Is that not good for your shoulder? Reverse. If it's not good for your shoulder, don't do it. I know you have shoulder stuff. There. Good correction. Wrapping the left lat around. That's how it starts. Just awareness of it. Right there. I like that. Reach your right hand down the back of the right leg. Create a compression for the organs on the right side of the body. Again, very Bikram-esque here. Sit down into the front leg a little more. If you feel like it needs to be bigger, it probably needs to be bigger. You're going to be a really good teacher. I've known it from day one. And cartwheel back to a plank. I'm never wrong. Lower slowly. Good chaturangas. Keep your butt down. Up dog. Inhale. Get your eyes off the floor, Andy. I see my whole room all the time. Exhale, down dog. We are getting acquainted. That means you're probably going to start getting picked on a little bit. Just a little bit. How's your down dog? Where's your mind at right now? Are you daydreaming about something or being done with class? Are you really present with what you're doing? Practicing downward facing dog. Present with your breath, present with your drishti. Because that's yoga. Learning to be present with whatever you're doing. If you're doing the dishes, you're doing the dishes. If you're watching a sunset with somebody, you're watching the sunset. If you're climbing a rock wall or singing a song, playing with your 5-year-old girl or your wife, present with it. Soften the knees, coil a spring, look out ahead of you. Be serious. Step, jump, if you can float, float between the hands. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Deeper to forward bend. Chair pose. Lots of new students, so I'm just going to call it chair pose. And exhale, forward fold. Just find that nice ebb and flow. Halfway lift, get long and flat. Take it back to Chaturanga Dandasana, lower slowly. Chaturanga is the low hold. Up dog, inhale. Move with me. Down dog, exhale. All these little things matter, and they may all make a difference in benefit and practice. Warrior 1 to 3, inhale the right leg up. Lunge the right foot, drop the left heel, warrior 1. So, the trick to this posture is to be strong. You're lifting your body weight against gravity. Look up at the outside knuckle of thumb, keep your back flat, don't compromise any of that, and bring the body horizontal. Push and reach, or just, to me it's more of a lift and reach. Look in the mirror, get your eyes up off the floor, look in the mirror. I want you to look in the mirror unless you have neck issues. There it is. Now point at your forehead. Point at your forehead, point at your forehead, point at your forehead, point at your forehead, all the way up. Nice. Point at your forehead, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, just like that. And warrior 1, step back. Nice. Yeah, you. Turn it into a lunge. Heel up, hip forward. Square the hips to the front of the yoga room. Lock your back leg all the way, all the way. Your feet should be hip width, just a little bit less. Why are you dropping your arms there? Lock the back leg. I'm looking for somebody to yell at today. Might as well be you, David. Give me a nice bandha. Heel up. Give me a nice bandha. That's got to be hard and feel there. Now squeeze it like you're in the gym doing your lunges. Prayer to the heart. I need the left leg locked, folks. If you think I'm talking to you right now, I mean locked like Michael has his leg locked, like Claudia does, like a lamp post, solid one piece. Bikram Bandha, lift it up and lock it. Inhale your hands up. Hands on the floor, move down and forward to Chaturanga slowly. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. For some of you in the class, I do know you're working those hard end feels. That's what I want you to do. I'm just really pushing you to get all the way into that hard end feel without ever ripping the door off of the hinges. It's really important. Everybody hears me really clearly. I never want you to rip the door off of the hinges. But some of these postures are a little bit uncomfortable. Some of these postures take everything. Warrior 3 takes everything. You're lifting your body weight against gravity. It's not a big secret why. This takes a lot of energy to do this. Let's do it. Inhale the left leg up. A good warrior 3 starts there, guys. Lunge the left foot, drop the right heel. Inhale, get a nice tight warrior 1. So really working your core muscles in your warrior 1. And lift and reach, bring it horizontal, warrior 3. Arms up right away, so don't drop them. Let the push be effective if you're going to push. Don't be afraid of it. So you were lifting harder, and just look up. It doesn't matter if you're looking up. Lift your arms up higher. You were lifting your arms up higher last time. There it is. Point at your forehead. You have a laser pointer out of your index fingers. Keep it on your third eye. Third eye, third eye, third eye, third eye. Don't drop it, and you won't fall. Don't drop it, and you won't fall. Warrior one. Nice. That's how one posture at a time. I'll train you if you want to be trained. Bring the heel up, bring the hip forward, square the hips to the front mirror. Lift your pubic bone to your navel, flatten the back. Look into third eye drishti. Hips square to the mirror. That's how long your stance is. Hips square. Your feet should be hip width. A little teeny bit less is actually where they should be. Just a teeny. Really making a nice bonda. Heel up over the ball of the foot. Heel up. Work that hard end feel. If that's really your hard end feel, then you need to keep working it by lifting the right quadricep up nice and nice, squeezing it. I haven't yelled at you one time today. Bring the prayer to the heart. Is that by design? I notice. Heel up. Inhale your hands up. Hands on the floor. Move down and forward. Good chaturangas together. Look at it in the mirror. Up dog, inhale. Push the thighs up. That's smooth. Down dog. No fidgeting and fussing in and out of postures, folks. No fidgeting and fussing between postures. It's good, clean. This is a really simple system of yoga. I think it's very beautiful. And that's a big part of the beauty of it. It's just clean posture to clean posture. There's no wasted motion. There's no wasted effort. Aren't you doing that already? Triangle pose on the right leg. Inhale the right leg up. Let's keep moving. That's not my fault. Lunge the right foot, left heel, 45. Straighten both legs. No, it's not. I didn't know it was you. Rotate open. Because that's why you get married, really, isn't it? So you're not in Iyengar class right now, Andrew. You're thinking correctly, but that's not a physical press check there. Bring the chin into the shoulder. So for some of you, you can anchor the right hand down by hooking the toe. Most of you, it's going to be grabbing the ankle, maybe the top of the foot. Do no harm, but ideally I would like the right side of your body parallel to the floor, lifting up out of the bottom shoulder. So I'm going to have you reach a little bit lower. Just for kicks, reach all the way down to your ankle, keeping your chest lifted. Now squeeze your quadricep and bring as much energy as you can into your back leg. And spread your fingers, and now reach back into the wall for me. Wherever that hard end feel is with the back bend. There's your triangle pose. Now let it open. Let it change here, let it open. And rotate the left hand down. That's where your work is, right there. Square your hips and shoulders to the front mirror. Lift your chest so the back is flat. Take your right ankle with the left hand and reach straight up as you tuck your left shoulder under. This is one of the trickiest postures in the entire yoga class. So again here, you set up. There is a little setup here. I want you to set the hips up like I'm putting a glass of water on your sacrum. But then it's take the ankle, reach up, look up. We don't want all that self-talk. Kristen does it beautifully. I wish I could put it up in the middle, ever demonstrate it to you. A lot of y'all do. Tuck the shoulder under, bring your chin into the right shoulder. Not into the wall here, but high on the wall. So not rotating into the wall, but lifting high on the wall. Tuck your shoulder under, John. Let's come all the way into it. Full expression. Lift up, lift up, lift up. And rotate. Andrew, nice. The right hand down. Move into balancing airplane pose. Just keep doing your work. No judgment about it. Keep doing your work today. Breathe through your nose. You know what I like about you? You're showing up. You smile right now. Open to half moon. There's actually lots of things I like about you. Open all the way onto the wall. So I don't want you to open halfway. Just right away, I want you to feel the difference, that lift. That's huge because now you're getting out of your hip before you're sitting in it. You feel the difference? So I want you to think about lifting up out of that hip joint. Feel the space. Rotate back to airplane. It's all we're going to do today is airplane. Let's get a nice strong airplane. That's not a little difference to me. It's a big difference. Warrior one, right foot forward, move to warrior one. That's all right, just shove me out of your way. Warrior two, exhale, straight arms over the legs. Make it big, make it beautiful. Whatever, let them tell you I'm not compassionate, Andy. Squeeze it, breathe through your nose. Breathe through your nose, breathe through your nose, breathe through your nose. I'm looking at half the room breathing through their mouth right now. Don't suck air. Right elbow to the inside of the right knee. Look up, lift up. You're doing great. Extend your arm. You don't need to support that. Why in the world do you need blocks? You're a superstar. Straighten your arms out. That's not the way I teach it. Straighten your arm out. Straight arms. Look at elbow knee. Look up. You don't need that stuff. Somebody has taught you you needed something you don't need. Look up. Bring your chin into the shoulder. I know. Just use the range of motion you have, though. Use the range of motion you have. and pivot back to warrior two. That's all we're doing today, guys. I told you, it's simple stuff. Those of you that are binding or anticipating binding, that's not what you're instructed to do. Make it nice and big. Take space. I do see my whole room all the time. Take space, take space, take space. Squeeze it tightly. Breathe through your nose. You hear me is one of the big things I like about you. And cartwheel to a plank with your eyes in the front of the yoga room. Bring the left hand to center and stack your right foot on top of the left. And rotate the right hand up. It is just fine to use resting postures here. I've got a lot of muscle. It soaks up the oxygen. I might very well be in a resting posture. I have no judgment at all about using resting postures when I practice hot yoga. Advance it if you want to. Bikram 101. I want you to work all the way to the edge without falling off it, without struggling or forcing. Stay there in your breath. Your breath is your support in this hold. In big muscle groups. And rotate back to a plank. Ali, I like that. Engage your core, please. Lower slowly. Good chaturanga. Eyes forward, not on the floor. Up dog, inhale. Let's get just good basic postures right now is all I care about. Down dog, exhale. I don't care how many. I just care about good basic postures right now. Spread your fingers, especially if you got something going on in your shoulder right now. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So really spread your fingers open. Stretch the webbing between the fingers. Every time I do this posture, I start like with little platypus hands on the floor. When I'll child's pose, I'll do the same thing. I'll really get a strong hand lock with my fingers spread as wide as I can. Maintain that. And notice how it changes the feel through the elbows, through the wrists, in your shoulders. Notice how it changes your shoulders to get a good grip, because it should. Inhale the left leg up. Let's do it. Lunge the left foot, drop the right heel. Triangle pose. Oh, God, he's coming to pick on me again. No, don't make it be me. Chin into the shoulder. Reach down nice and low. So I want a triangle with your core active, lengthening. I want you to try to create a triangle between the left side of your torso, the left leg, and your left arm right now. Now lift through your left quadricep and get nice and long. That's it. Get nice and long to the front mirror. I just want to, this is the feel I want. It's this lengthening feeling and opening feeling. That's so much better. Look at this now. Rotate into the wall. Without creating a back bend, without jackknifing. Maybe just so you can bring your hand a little bit into the wall. Some of you can bring it a lot into the wall. This is perfect. Breathe it out. Change the body here. Don't just be anticipating release. This is your opportunity to change your body a little bit. And rotate the right hand down. Keep your chest lifted. Square the hips and shoulders to the front of the yoga room. Take your left ankle with the right hand and reach straight up. Tuck your right shoulder under as you bring the chin into the left shoulder. Folks, this is one of the most important postures in your yoga class to me. I'm going to say that again because sometimes I know you guys don't hear me. This is one of the most important postures in your yoga class. Beautiful, Mike. Tuck your right shoulder under and lift up out of it. I don't want you leaning in your left leg or your right arm. You're tucking the right shoulder under and lifting up out of it, creating these warrior two arms through the shoulders. Beautiful, David. Tuck your shoulder under. Really work that hard and feel. That's nice. And rotate. That's a nice one, Andrew. The left hand down. Move into balancing airplane pose. Dude, that rotated airplane or triangle is great. It's way better than I do it. Like way better. I'm really tight hips and shoulders. Bring your leg down, Jess. Foot flat, foot flat, foot flat. That's a black belt move. Leg down. Lengthen there. And open to half moon, you can do this. Just like I'm sporting, just do it. You're just psyching yourself out. Open high on the wall, just like I did it. So the sweet spot is all the way in the posture. It's like standing bow. There's a sweet spot in the depth of the posture. Now just maintain that. Like it's the last thing you do today, maintain that, please. Lift everything, legs heavy, get back to airplane. Lift your chest, your arms, airplane. Lift your leg, you gotta lift your leg. It pulled you down. Your leg pulled you down. Warrior one, step back to warrior one. Warrior one, you just keep doing what you're doing. Squeeze the elbows, palms tight. You're leaning back. Don't lean back. Don't lean back. Don't lean back. Don't lean back. You're a 4-3 black belt. Warrior two. Andrew, that's really nice. For some reason, it's more open on the side I corrected than the other side. You got to feel we have to do it again on the other side. Make it nice and big, everybody. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Make it big. Make it big. Chaz, make it bigger unless there's some injury I'm unaware of. I'd like to see you work so hard that you have to sit down and control your heart rate. I know you're in good shape. Left elbow to the inside of the left knee. Big muscle groups. Squeeze them. Feel that burn. Squeeze all the juice out of the orange. Don't try to get through the class. I know you're tough. Squeeze all the juice out of the orange. And this is all we're doing. If you did do something else on the other side, I want you to balance yourself out because a couple of you did. Like I said, I am seeing my whole room, but all you've been instructed to do here is extend. Push your knee back with the elbow. For some of you that bind, I really think you're better off not. Just really stacking the joints better. Can you get that out of that bottom shoulder anywhere? Nope. And press back to Big Warrior 2. Shirley, do you have to support that? That's all right. That's all right. I'll tease you after class. Big, strong Warrior 2. Not just sitting here waiting for release, but practicing yoga. Make this big. If you can feel it needs to be bigger, you're right. You're just right. And cartwheel to a plank. Look how proud you are. Right hand to center. Stack the left foot on top of the right. And rotate the left hand up. V, nice job. I am watching. Hoo-ah. Tip of the thumb, drishti. You guys are for real around here. Advance the posture if you want to advance the posture. Fall back. Any variation of the posture, if you fall back. Drive that big toe to the ground, a really big back bend, Cloudy. Really drive the hips up and lean back. And rotate back to a plank posture, eyes in the front mirror. Lower slowly to chaturanga. Up dog inhale. Down dog exhale. You're all good. I measured it just perfectly. It's all about the dead pose around here, really, guys. I want you to work so hard that you're able to relax. That's really the whole point of the standing series, is that you're able to lie in dead pose and relax. Soften the knees, coil a spring, and look out ahead of you. Step, jump, if you can float, float between the hands. Halfway lift, look forward and lengthen. Exhale deeper to forward bend. A series up, everybody inhale and come up. Flat back up, just come up. I don't care how you do, everybody up. Prayer to the heart. Arms at your side, eyes in the mirror, standing pose. Toes and heels together, standing with stature. Thighs are slightly active, abs are slightly active. Focused in the front mirror. Arms are heavy. This is the most important posture in your standing series. Can't do a little thing, how can you do a big thing? Eagle pose, Bikram version. Inhale the arms over the head. Tight palms from the elbows. Tight palms from the elbows. Right arm under the left arm with that tight grip there too. Right arm under left arm. Hands in a prayer, thumbs in front of the face. Other right arm under other left arm. And bring the arms down, bring the elbows down, and sit down deep with your chest lifted. Bring the right leg up and over the left leg. Chest up the whole time. Never drop the chest. So don't worry about forcing the foot wrap. Bring it high over the thigh and just maintain the chest up. Those of you with tight hips, I don't want you to worry too much about the foot wrap. You're going to keep trying to because I want you to stretch your hip. Sit into it, lift the chest up, and change. Come back up. Inhale the arms up over the head. Left arm under the right arm. Arms down, elbows down, sit down. Butt back, chest up, sit down. Nice deep chair. Left leg up and over the right leg. Called ease, chest up, Aaron, chest up, Aaron, chest up, Aaron, chest up, Aaron, chest up, Aaron. Lift your chest up, lift your chest up. It's called easing your way into the asana. Now keep your chest up and sit down into it and ease into it. Do not drop your chest. Everybody should have your chest up as high as you can lift it. Keep it there, keep it there. Did you see how it smoothed you out as soon as you lifted your chest? Change, come back up, inhale the arms up. Relax your arms to your side. I just noticed you in the room. It's nice to see you. You're doing great. Yeah, you. Eyes in the mirror. Nice to see you. Left hand on the left hip. Bring your right knee up nice and high. Hook your big toe or interlace around the shin. You're doing a great job. Hook the big toe or interlace around the shin. Or sit up, down. Or sit down if you're struggling. Holding the base is harder for some people. For me it is. I bet you it's harder for Andrew to hold the base than extend. Extend your heel forward just a little bit. So for a lot of y'all it's going to feel, even if you extend it forward a little bit, that feels so much better to me. Maintain your Tadasana. It's not about straightening the legs. So some of you have really kicked your right shoulder forward here. And if you think I'm talking to you right now, I am. Soften your knee up and lift the chest. So you're always maintaining Tadasana. It's not about straightening the leg or false flexibility. Open when you're ready to open. It's about where your work is. Where is your heart and feel? Bringing the right hip back onto the wall, but not into the wall. Most of you are not going to get your leg all the way onto the wall here. Know where that hard end feels. Bend your elbow and pick the heel up and pull the shoulder down and lift your chest. Bend your elbow and flex your bicep and really pick your heel up nice and high. Now carry the leg back to center. Gaze back, then leg back. Come to a base and practice a standing pose. That's excellent. Standing pose is your posture now. Right hand on the right hip, right leg locks. Pick up the left knee nice and high. Hook the big toe or interlace around the shin. Maintain your Tadasana. As priority, extend your left heel forward to the front mirror. Where is your heart and feel? Where is your work? Breath is your support. Big muscle groups are your support. Open. Your drishti is support. Bring your hand onto your hip. What are you doing mudras in my class for? Get your hand on your hip, Chaz. Oh, fuck are you doing? Lift your chest up. You know my yoga better than that. I don't know mudras. You been watching Shiva Ray videos? Go back to center position. I got to pick on you a little bit. Soften your knee up. Lift your chest up. Everybody has to have Tadasana through torso here. Bend the knee. Standing pose. Standing pose through a base to standing pose. Left hand reaches to the ceiling, right elbow on the right hip, palm facing up. Bring the right hand straight back behind you. Pick up the right ankle from the inside. Don't say I'm not compassionate. Touch the knees together first and open your body up. Kick straight back, reach straight forward. You all right? Open it up. I know, I just have to check. Actually, that's not true. I don't have to check, I care. Open your shoulders. This is a shoulder stretch for you, Mike. For most of y'all, this is really a standing shoulder stretch. Stand up, open your shoulders up, kick and reach, kick and reach, kick and reach. And come out, reach for your base. Come out of that nice, Richard. Lift and reach, lift and reach, lift and reach, lift and reach. Square the shoulders. This is where you're losing your balance is here. Standing pose. I want you to balance low, but you've got to keep your shoulders square to do that. Right hand reaches up. You start to do this, and you lose your balance. I'm watching you close these days. Bring your left. You're doing the work. Let's do it right. Bring the left hand back behind you. Pick up the ankle from the inside. Okay, you grabbed it different on this side. Do you feel it? How you grabbed it differently? You had your hand up the other way. I was just going to correct it, but you did it. Kick straight back, reach straight forward. Let me get out of everybody's way here. Open your shoulders, Anna. So I want you. I've done this with you before. I know. Remember when I pulled you forward and stretched you back? How your shoulders felt? More. Really kick. I don't care if you do anything else today. Kick it up, pick it up. Kick your foot up. Kick it up, pick it up. Both hands high, chest up. Both hands high, chest up. Lift your chest and kick it up. Get that foot up over your head. Get the foot up over your head. And reach for your base. Nice. Reach for your base. That's all right. Standing pose. Nice. Dead pose. That's it. Dead pose. This really is not a water break. If you're taking a sip right now and you're already doing it, do it and get your water down, please, because this really wasn't a water break. I'm not going to yell at anybody like Kristen right now. No shaming Kristen. No shame. No shame. She doesn't care. I don't care. It's like Allie. I'm surprised she even let me touch her today. Aren't you touching me? Palms up, eyes open. Feel the difference, though? Close your eyes, everybody. It is so important, if you come back, that you understand very clearly all of that is for this. And it's not just words or rhetoric. All of that is really for this. Just for 2 minutes right now, a minute. Timeless, right? We don't want to be in that how long. We want to be in that timeless, desireless state here. And it doesn't matter how long. It matters that we're able to find that place. And it really doesn't matter to me how you do that. There's lots of different ways to do that. It could be climbing a rock while they're playing a guitar. Doing dishes or gardening. Some of us like to garden, I understand. Wherever you're timeless, that's where you want to be. In the creative state. I really do feel like that we're our best when we're in a creative state. All of us. Right side of the brain, right? And we do just let the dust settle here a little bit. But not too much. Slowly open the eyes. Inhale your arms over the head. Flex your feet back. Stay in that same grounded mode, please. Dive for the toes. Double pump. Double exhale. Forehead to the knees. Lie down on your belly. Spinal strengthening. Let's move through our strength postures so we can get to the stretches before it gets smoking hot in here. Squeeze your legs. Make your so I just want to boom, 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 flow through our strength postures here. The sooner that everybody gets it set up, the better. Hands under the shoulders, arms close, elbows high. Lock your legs. Make a cobra's tail. Squeeze them together. And on inhale, pull with your legs, look up, inhale up, pull the elbows back towards your hips. We start with basic postures, guys, really basic postures. That's where your yoga practice starts. It's not about doing the fancy stuff. It's about mastering the basic stuff. Pull the elbows back, push the feet into the floor. So I want you to use your feet, push your feet into the floor, and you now pull up, pull, with your back, and legs, and come down slowly. Left ear on the ground, look right. I practiced martial arts for most of my young adult life, a lot. And the better I got at it, the more I would just go back to really getting good at basic stuff I learned that was just really super basic stuff and being really good at basic stuff. And you watch the really good competitive guys now, they're just really good at the basic stuff, that's all. I had a friend that was a salsa dancer. This is many years ago. She said, I know like 4 moves. She was really good. It looked like she was really good. She knew like 4 moves. They just knew how to do it together. She said most of them just know like 4 or 5 moves. The basics are such a big deal, guys. But they do it well, right? They do those 4 or 5 moves well. Chin flat on the floor, hands under the shoulders, squeeze your legs. I just gave you a break, that's all. Heels of the hands to the hips, lock your legs out, make a cobra's tail here. Move with me or lie in dead pose. Squeeze your legs, you just got a nice break, folks. Inhale, push the chest up and lift the thighs up. Push the chest up, lift the thighs up, heels of the hands back to your hips. I'm going to train you. It's all so good. We have to get the nice joint stack. Yeah, I don't like this one either. Lift your thighs up and lock your legs out. Get the bend out and push with your, like a bar dip. Push with your triceps, shoulders up, hands back. You got to keep your eyes where they're supposed to be. Eyes have to be on drishti here. And down slowly. Yes, that's a bitch of a hold. Right ear on the ground, look left. I think for probably pretty much everybody. And let it go. And let it go. When I walked up into the room, a regular student told me that when I addressed you guys before class that he couldn't hear anything that I said. And my response was, yet you did exactly what I asked you to do. So that's really what I care about. I know that sometimes you guys can't really hear everything I'm saying because of the white noise. I don't want a mic up in the room. It's just, I like the contact, the voice contact. But you're all doing what you're supposed to do. And I want you all to hear that very clearly. So even if you miss something, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Chin flat on the floor. That means it's effective. Hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Lock your arms out. Lock your legs out. And if you miss something when I mic'd up, you can go listen to it at home because you just listen because that's where it is. Lock your legs out. And on inhale, everything up. Inhale, everything up. Lock it out. Lift it up. People ask me all the time, what did you say about this or that? And I have no idea. I have zero idea. Arms out. Give me a good cobra's tail. So black belts, give me a good cobra's tail. Yoga teachers, give me a good cobra's tail. Squeeze it tight. Squeeze it tight. Where's your legs? Hands out in front of you, shoulder width. Feet come to hip width. Inhale up, look up, lift up. Everybody inhale up. Everybody arms up, legs up, lift up. If you're in it all the way. And down slowly. Left ear on the ground, look right. Dead body pose. Extremities are God's opportunity. It's the truth. Chin flat on the floor. Extremities are God's opportunity. Bend the knees, bring the heels to the hips, grab your feet, thumbs of the fingers 2 inches below the toes. Let's do it, Sean. One leg at a time. Do we try that one leg at a time? Let's do it one leg at a time. Reach hand forward like standing bow. We'll do 2 sets. One leg at a time, please. And inhale, kick straight up. You should, if that isn't comfortable, don't do it. I do not want you to test your knee ever. But if we do one leg at a time, let's start there. That's good. Look up, look up, look up. If you got neck stuff, this isn't the time to release it. Look up, lift up, look up, lift up. You didn't think I was nice, did you? Kick hard. Kick hard. Straighten your legs. Leg extension kick. Bring your weight forward. You're fighting it. You're fighting it. Kick to me, kick to me, kick to me, kick to me. And come down slowly. I want you to kick it forward. Right ear on the ground, look left. We're going to do it again, just so you know. But you're going to do all the work. I'm not. And I want the weight forward. Chin flat on the floor, hands behind the back. You stepped up to the plate. Interlace the fingers, lock your arms out and lock your legs out. Make a cobra's tail. Squeeze your legs tightly, bring your hands high. So this is not a bow, it's a version of Salabhasana, wrong posture. Arms straight, interlace the fingers. We are going to do another bow, but that's going to be in a minute. Squeeze your legs, everything up. Jess, I hear all that. You're thinking about doing it. Am I wrong? I'm not. Come on, I can hear all that. If I can hear you thinking about it, do it. Bring your arms out to the side like airplane wings. If I didn't hear all that self-talk, I wouldn't have said anything. Hands out in front of you, shoulder width, feet hip width. Tear the door off the hinges here. I don't care. Inhale up. Whatever I said earlier, forget it. Tear the door off the hinges. Inhale up. Lift up. Everybody up. And down slowly. Left ear on the ground. Look right. Dead body pose. It's Kriya Yoga, folks. Left ear on the ground. Look is right. In dead body pose. Kriya means process. Or really complete process. To me, it means we're doing the work. All the Kriyas that I find effective, besides Tim, are extremely challenging. Challenging. This would definitely fit into that category. Last strength posture. Bend the knees, heels to the hips. Andrew, do it on your own. Grab your feet, thumbs with your fingers. I want you to think about keeping the weight in the soft part of your belly forward and getting your pelvic girdle up and driving forward with the kick up. Kick straight up to the ceiling. Lift your chest, drive forward. So you're going to lift the chest and kick your pelvic girdle up off of the floor. Like I'm taking you by your ankles and picking you up right now. Hooking you by the heels. Everybody, I'm lifting you up and bringing you forward from your knees. Can I bring you up any higher? Don't touch me, she says. Any higher. Can I bring you up any higher? And down slowly. Right here on the ground. That was Jill. Look left. Ooh-wah. And let it go. Your face is soft. The jaws relaxed. The arms and legs are heavy, dead weight. You're not holding on to anything. Not even ego any longer is really the ideal. Not even ego. It supports false belief systems. It creates all kinds of stuff that isn't real. Roll over onto your back. Let's have some nice flow here through our stretching, guys. I don't want to get stuck in the mud. You have been working hard. It's been just a high energy class today. Bottoms of the feet are flat to the ceiling. Ankle joints stack over the knees. Pull your knees down towards the floor. So I want to keep y'all moving right now. I don't want to get stuck in the mud. Separating the knees as wide as you comfortably can, stacking the joints, pulling the knees to the floor. Kick into the hands to bring this posture into your sacrum, your lower back. So I do want the ankles joint stacked directly over the knees. Some of your ankles are a little bit wide. If they're even a little bit wide, you're pulling at an inward angle. I want you to straight downward angle. Feel that kick. Bring it into your sacrum. Try to bend your knees a little more. Soften your knees up and pull your knees down towards the floor as far as you can. Pull your knees down towards the floor as far as you can. Bend your elbows and pull them down. And release the tension first. Stretch your legs out, arms at your side, palms up. Eyes open. Dead body pose. We only have a few postures left. Let's move with a strong flow, please. Inhale your arms over that. Flex your feet back. Cross the thumbs. Dive for the toes. Double pump. Double exhale. Forehead to the knees. Silent room, please. Come to the top of the towel. Stand on the knees. If you'd like to do 2 sets of a wheel on your back, that's fine. Camel pose is going to be the posture the dialogue will be for. Lift through your thighs, standing on the knees, feet, knees, heels about 6 inches apart. Fingers down, thumbs outside, support your sacrum. Lift through your thighs, draw your low abs in as you inhale into your backward bend. So you're going to draw your low abs in and inhale basically into the chest, opening up the posture. Look back as far as you can, supported. Look back, go back. Reach back if it's in your practice to reach back. Look back, go back, reach back. Hips up in your wheel pose. Hips dry, push the chest forward in your wheels. Keep hips forward, hips forward, hips forward, hips forward. And come back up supported. Sit back, hips to heels, release. Dead body pose. Dead body pose. Don't think about it, just do it. Don't think about it. In fact, what would it be like if you just didn't have anything good to think about right now? Not concentrating against thought or resisting thought, just don't have anything good to think about right now. What would exist in that space? One more big back bend. Wheel pose, camel pose. If you had a scorpion or something a little fancy in your tool belt you can get right into, that's fine, but I want a big back bend. Drive your hips up, drive your chest forward, and really drive. Walk your feet up closer to your hands, heels down here.
So bringing the heels up brings about 30% out of the back bend. We want to, if it's for injuries, things like that, it can be a modification. But for most of y'all, I want heels down and really drive. Heels down, heels down, heels down, heels down, heels down. Bring your hands, touch your heels with your, like you're going to touch your heels. I want you to separate your hands, Andy. Separate your hands so your middle back has space. I want your thoracic spine to have space. And come out of the posture with control. I want you to know why, not just that I'm telling you to do it. Back release pose. Sarvangasana, shoulder stand pose. No headstand option. If you had neck issues, it puts a lot less pressure in the neck to do headstand correctly than shoulder stand. It would be okay. I think everybody can probably do shoulder stand here. Or just bring your legs up over your heart, heart overhead. That's all I really want. Legs over heart, heart overhead is getting benefit. If you're in your shoulder stand pose, nice cobra's tail, straight up. Push your hips up, draw your abs and middle ribs, and try to get a nice Tadasana again here. And bring your feet forward towards the front mirror floor for plow pose, Halasana. Where is your work? For some of you, you can bring the hips a little further up and forward. Lift them up to bring them forward. If you think I'm talking to you, I am. Lift them up to bring them forward. And then let the feet pull you forward. I want you to feel the weight of the feet wanting to pull you forward a little bit. Now bring your legs down. Just relax them down. Let them relax down. You're holding back. And come back down, right knee into the chest, or come right to seated twist position. Stay with me. If seated twist is what you need, please come to seated twist. Otherwise, right knee into the chest. Bring the right knee across the body. This is a big deal, this last twist here, guys. Spinal twisting. Bring the right knee across the body. Reaching with your right hand. This last twist is a big deal. Everybody get yourself into a nice deep twist. And then let the breath do the work for you. Inhale is creating space like you're bringing water into a rag. Exhale, just going a little bit deeper, melting into the posture. Reach. So get some energy in your right hand, folks. I've got limp, lifeless right hands. I'd be really stretching and reaching with my right arm and hand right now, right? And come back to center position. Cloud sees me do yoga a lot, more than anybody probably ever has. Release the right leg down, left leg up, and twist the body. She knows that I practice it the way I say it. Why don't I practice with students? I haven't practiced with students in over a decade. I used to all the time. There are a couple of reasons why I don't. Here's the truth. One is I started discovering that when I sat down, everybody around me would sit down, which I wasn't too fond of because I have a different body than y'all have, and sometimes I need to sit down. Come back to center position. I was kind of taking the wind out of the balloon. And release into dead body pose. And the other one that's really a bigger deal, I guess they're kind of connected. It's my yoga practice. My yoga practice is for me. It's not for anybody else. I'm not demonstrating yoga. I'm practicing my yoga for my own sense of peace. Close your eyes. How effortless can it be just to slip into that space? Most, if not all of you, are self-aware in this room. The more time you spend in that space, the easier it is to get there. Have you guys started figuring that out? Mike, you surely must know that. The more time you spend in that space, the easier it is just to get back there. So first, let's just have an intent to settle into that space, not using any tool or technique other than innocent intent. Not using any technique or tool other than just innocent intent to be in that space. Connect to your breath from that space. Innocently. And take a long, slow, huge inhale through the nose. Make the lungs as big and uncomfortably full as you can hold them. I hear all that, Kristen. Exhale into your yoga practice. Surrender completely. That's your yoga posture. Surrender completely. Just breathe, dead body pose. This is Kriya Yoga. The final phase of Kriya is surrender. To us, that's dead pose. aware, but innocently aware, without being tainted by ego. Namaste.